different.
It's different. We just want you to move it.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
You can do that for us, sir.
I am doing that. Yes, sir.
And if you do plan on driving out in the public street, make sure you have an actual license plate on there. Okay. In California, you need a license plate.
Hey, folks, welcome back for another episode with me. I'm Caveman with Western Slope Audits, and I've been having trouble with the sound all day long, so hopefully this works. Anyways, we're going to take you on a trip. We were traveling in my RV, and we hit San Diego. I traveled the whole time with traveler plates, no license, no driver's license, no registration, no license plates, and I didn't have insurance, but insurance is a good thing to have, just to cover you and someone else's property. And you'll find out here. Actually, let me word it this way: have you ever seen someone being pulled over with no license plates, no driver's license, no insurance, no registration, be able to continue to drive on after that? No. You know what happens? The cops take they tow the vehicle, or they ask you to come have someone pick it up because you, my friend, are not driving anything. So I park. I've been there for about a half hour, 40 minutes. I'm doing good. I'm bringing out stuff here, doing this. Then I'm outside, and I see these cops pull in. So I slowly start to get into my vehicle. Officer says, "Hey, sir, wait. Why don't you wait out here for a minute?" And I says, "No, I'm going to go ahead and inside. You want to talk to me? I'm going to go inside and talk to you." The cop says, first he says, "Well, what kind of plate is that?" And the second is, "You want to play a hard game, huh? You want to play hardball, huh?" So I just ignored him, locked the door, walked in, grabbed my phone, and this is your recording. But let's go ahead with get the intro first. And thanks again for watching Western Slope Audit. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, you see this little guy right here? See what's on his head? Big old bow. Yeah. You know why? It's a subliminal message, because Merry Christmas, Earthlings. Huh? They're here, bud. Have you guys not watched the news? Oh, man. David Gresh. Anyways, if you want to learn more or watch more, just go to my other channel called Caveman Woke at YouTube. And we're all set.
Me and flip me off! Alright? So who the you think you are? Worried about what I'm doing! I know I'm right, goddammit!
I got my rights to do anything I want to do. I'm a police officer.
You can't run anything. It doesn't mean anything.
I'll pull you over and I'll tow your car.
Listen, Captain Kangaroo, you cannot go around vandalizing people's cars.
Kangaroo, well, watch out, hop on his gun.
I got my rights to do anything I want to do. I'm a police officer.
You can't run.
Get down now! I'm gonna tell you what I'm about. Don't ever put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on now.
Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that I'm recording this event for record. Okay, perfect, awesome. And for the record,
the homeless outreach team?
I have not.
So the homeless outreach team, I don't know if you consider yourself homeless or anything like that. They help you get into some kind of shelter, provide you resources and stuff like that. Is that a number you would like?
No, it's okay. I
Sorry,
could probably look it up.
You load up.
Now that I know.
Call 211.
Okay.
Or I can provide you with the number.
It's okay. And for the record, can you state your last name and your badge number for me?
Sure.
You have badge numbers?
I'll submit it.
And you? And your name and badge number for the record?
17.
Awesome. All right. Okay. And I just, like I said, like I said, I haven't committed a crime. I know it's a violation. I'll move the vehicle. This is my private conveyance. I know the law states that
I like the RV.
Thank you. It's different.
It's
sir.
way
We just
different.
want you to move it.
Yes, sir.
Alright?
Yes,
If you
sir.
can do that for us, sir.
I am doing that. Yes, sir.
And if you do plan on driving out in the public street, make sure you have a actual license plate on there. In California, you need a license plate.
I'm just not a citizen.
Registered license plate.
I'm not contracted with the state, so that's why.
We're letting you know how the state runs here
Absolutely.
in California and
Okay.
the laws of California.
Okay,
Just a heads up, you can't be parked. You can't take 4 spaces.
I won't. I'm sorry.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you so much, you guys.
You guys see the mask?
Yeah. Let me just close this a little
No,
bit.
no, the one in the front.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got the T on there. Try to make it myself.
Sweet.
Thanks again, man. I really appreciate your time. My skull looks like it's laughing at people. So I finished the front end. The rid of
That's the reason I pulled you over. Not to mention, you didn't use the turn signal coming out on the main street from Cactus. You used one pulling in here, but not over there. So I need to see at least your identification or driver's license, and then whatever paperwork you have for this vehicle.
I do understand that. I appreciate you, officer. But for the record, would you mind stating your name and your badge number?
It's Officer Moran, 5790.
And for the record, would you mind stating your name and your badge number for me?
It's Officer Moran, 5790.
For the record, would you mind stating your name and your badge number for me?
It's Officer Moran, 5790. It's Officer Moran, 5790.
As a police officer, I'm compelled to make this video. I've been in law enforcement for 10 years, and I'm speaking to my peers, other fellow officers, people in any kind of law enforcement position. I've seen officers nationwide enforcing tyrannical orders against the people, and I'm hoping it's the minority of officers, but I'm not sure anymore, because every time I turn on the television, every time I look to the internet, I'm seeing people arrested or cited for going to church, for traveling on the roadways, for going surfing, opening their businesses, going to the park with their families, for traveling on the roadways, for going surfing, opening their businesses. I don't care if it's your sergeant or your chief of police. We don't get to violate people's constitutional rights because somebody in our chain of command tells us otherwise. It's not how this country works. Those are de facto arrests. We're violating people's rights and taking money from them, or even worse, arresting them and depriving them of their freedom when they are exercising their constitutional rights. So let's talk about that. Let's read something right here off of the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. Among these, we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their power from the consent of the governed, meaning our power and any government official's power is derived from the people. Okay? We don't hold power over our citizens. It's contradictory to everything that our country stands for. And this is what I'm seeing. First Amendment rights, telling people they can't go to church, freedom of religion. Okay? Telling people they can't protest, freedom of assembly. Fourth Amendment violations, illegal traffic stops to check for papers. What are you, the Gestapo? Is this 1930s Nazi Germany? You don't get to stop people unless you have reasonable suspicion or probable cause that they have committed a crime. And I know people that have personally been stopped saying, we want to see papers showing that you're essential.
David 2, copy a phone call.
That is not how our job works, okay? What really has been pissing me off lately is the fact that these officers that are going out here and enforcing these tyrannical orders, what they're doing is they're making my job and my safety, or they're putting my job and my safety at risk. Because what you're doing is you're widening the gap between public trust and law enforcement officers. And what that's going to do is it's going to, look at what's happened to law enforcement in the last 10 years. Less and less public trust, and more often than not, that is a result of isolated incidents that get blown out of proportion. They're not isolated anymore. They're happening every single day. And the thing that I want you guys to realize is that our power that we hold as law enforcement officers is nothing more than a facade. It's a badge and a gun. And people, you don't realize, if you haven't lived in anarchy, if you haven't seen combat, things can be stripped from people in a heartbeat. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that these actions are going to wake a sleeping giant, i.e. the American people, okay? They are going to be put in a position where they won't have their rights trampled anymore. And us as law enforcement officers, we'll have our ability to enforce the law stripped from us in about 10 minutes, okay? I think what is going to happen if this continues is we're going to see bloodshed in the streets, okay? I don't want to see bloodshed in the streets on either side of this coin. I don't want to see fellow officers get injured or killed, and I certainly don't want to see citizens get injured or killed. And I promise you, most of you out there doing these these tyrannical acts against our citizens, you're not ready for combat. You're not mentally or physically ready for combat in the first place. I promise you, you don't want to go through that, and I hope I never have to go through that again. You don't get to just say, well, I'm doing this because I was told to do so, or I'm following orders, or I need to keep this job. Guess what? I need to keep this job more than anybody. I have 3 young children. I have 2 houses. Like, I have the same sob story that the rest of you guys have. But my personal choices and my living arrangements, no matter what they are, don't allow me to trample on people's rights. And I don't understand why that concept is so hard for people to understand. Listen, you need to stand up for what's right. You need to, if you're part of a department or an agency that is asking people or asking their officers or their deputies to impose on people's rights and infringe on their freedoms, you need to step up and say, no, that's not me. That's not what I signed up for, and that's going against my oath. And if that costs you your job, so be it. At least you'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror at night. I've already expressed this to my department. And luckily for me, I come from a department that I feel like my chain of command shares my view, but I don't care what department you're part of or what your chain of command thinks. You don't get to trample on people's liberty. And so, as a special operations veteran, I've fought on the streets of Iraq under the U.S. government's guise of freedom. And I'm telling you what, the American people are going to you are going to wake a sleeping giant, and they are going to fight 10 times harder for their freedom on their soil than anything you've ever seen before. And if that's something you're willing to face, then keep trampling on people's rights. But I promise you, the American spirit of defiance is going to rise again, and it's going to be a big problem for our country. So I'll leave you with this, something that I learned as an E-nothing in the Army. No matter what situation you're put in, if you look inside yourself and ask yourself one question, am I doing the right thing? You ask yourself that, you know the answer. And no amount of money or no order or law or anything should be able to make you go against doing the right